Good afternoon. It is Jen Norlin, and I came on today to talk with you about something that I think happens to all of us. Maybe it's not something we always want to admit, but that is anticipating the outcome of the decisions that we make, the things that we step into. And I have seen often, and I've experienced in my own life, I've experienced in raising my daughters, that sometimes when we try and anticipate the outcome, it will stop us from even beginning down a path. I remember when my daughter was little, there were a lot of things that she was unwilling to try because she either thought she knew what the outcome was going to be, or maybe she didn't know what the outcome was going to be, and there was some fear there of what was unknown. It could have been anything from just simply taking medicine when she was sick that would help her feel better, or playing with someone new, or stepping into a new situation, a new group of people that she didn't know. And so I would see her stand back and really, you could almost see it happening in her mind. And when she was able to work through those things that kept her from even trying, whether it was perfection or fear, or fear of the unknown, or fear of what the outcome might be. When she was able to work through those, first of all, the outcome was usually very different from what she had anticipated, and second of all, it was usually better than whatever she had in her, made up in her mind. And I think that as adults we can do that, and we kind of have this way of thinking that maybe we know the way something is going to turn out, or maybe somebody has told us what their experience was, and so we take that and decide that we're not even going to try it because their experience was X. I know with my daughters, especially through their teenage years, that happened often, where they would say, well, so and so's experience was this, and I'm not even going to do that. Or, they told me it was horrible to work at this place. And so we can tend to not do things based on things that we hear from other people, or beliefs that maybe we have growing up. And that, to me, makes our life and our world very small. We focus down on what we think it is, when in reality there is this whole entire universe full of possibilities. There may be 10,000 different possibilities for something, and if I presume what that outcome is going to be, and I don't even try it anyway, I might be missing out on one of these 10,000 other things that might be great for my life. And so, we have access to the quantum field, to all of the possibilities, all of the potential outcomes of a decision or a choice, or something that we step forward into. And yet we limit ourselves so much based on what we know, or what we've learned, or what the people who have raised us have believed, or what they learned, or what their experiences were. And I want you to see that the outcome that we think something is going to be is probably, like, it's probably very, very small that would actually be the outcome. And so stepping through those limitations, those limiting beliefs, those things that keep us from even trying, is how we can change and shift our life into what it is, what we've experienced, and what we've created to this point, into something different. But what that takes is a trust. It requires us to trust in just taking the first step, in surrendering to what the outcome is going to be. Like, to surrender control, to surrender the need to know, to surrender having to, even anticipate what that outcome is going to be, because it could be one of a million different things, and 10 things could happen between now and what that outcome is, that could shift and change the possibility of what it ends up as. And so this really requires cultivating trust in ourselves, to make those decisions to step forward. Like, we don't have to know the outcome. All we have to do is be willing to take the next step. And we always have the choice. Once we take that step, we have another choice. Is this working, or do I need to do something different? And again, that's how you create that kind of change, based on the unknown, based on not having to know what the outcome is, based on surrendering that, like, we are meant and created to live in joy, to live lives where we don't always have to suffer. We don't always have to have things be difficult and a challenge. And if you're in that energy, then that is a sign that you're out of alignment with how we exist in this, like, our innate existence. And so, it's like, for example, if we desire a new relationship, full of love and trust and joy, and we have an idea, or we've lived in relationships where we keep repeating these patterns that don't allow those things to come through, and yet we desire this other kind of a relationship, until we do the work to see that we get to have the trust and the love and the joy, and we don't impose our old beliefs, our old ways of thinking, then even if that relationship came to us, we wouldn't be able to hold it. And so, trusting that we are going to be brought the things that we need to take that path. If I'm desiring a certain type of a relationship, but I'm not ready to hold that kind of a relationship, and there are things that I need to heal, there are patterns that I need to shift and change, then do I really want that relationship now? Or maybe, as the universe knows, it would serve me better to have a relationship where I can see those things that can help me hold the ultimate relationship that I want. And maybe it turns into that. But that's where that trust comes in. And that's where, we don't know everything. We don't come into this world knowing everything. And we have all of these different influences and ideas and beliefs and imposed beliefs and, things that keep us from really stepping into that self-trust that we need to have to be able to create the life that we want. And so I would just encourage you that that's available for all of us, but we have to choose to step into that. And when you choose to step into that, when you choose to step into the trust of, okay, if I take the next step, I trust that what is going to serve me best is going to come to me. And if I take that next step and something shifts and changes, then my next step is something I get to choose based on that new information that I have. And that is how we create lasting and sustainable change to be able to create the life that we want. So I hope this has helped. Thanks for listening. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you soon.